ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Another day, another dollar. The Dodge Dart is going up for sale, like right now. This is happening. So we're finally going to be able to test out that turbine system that was sent to us by Eastwood and Apollo sprayers. I'm really excited about that. We are going to paint the bumper of the Dodge Dart because that is the last piece to this puzzle before it can go up for sale. All right, so we made it over here to Weird Beards. If you don't follow Weird Beard already, and you should by now, check them out, Weird Beard on YouTube. And look who else is here. We got Timothy from TJ's Auto. I got it right this time. All right, so we got Mike here, and he's a professional painter. And Tim doesn't know anything about this, neither do I. So I figure might as well bring Tim along. Hey, look, they got the dog here too. And I think they're working on a certain project. No, that's not what I thought it was. That's an S10 out there, isn't it? That's not the Datsun. That's a Love? Yeah. Oh, that's what was sitting. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the Datsun right here. So, yeah, he's doing a crazy swap on this Datsun here with a hard body, a newer model truck. So it's going to be real cool to see how this whole project unfolds. And then Tim is, well, he's petting dog, and Mike's going to show us what we got to do to get this bumper sanded down, and I guess we're just going to like lightly sand it and then shoot it as long as there's no damage underneath. Right. And that's what, 600 grit?
600 grit on the palm sander. We'll go over the whole thing, and then after that, whatever we don't get with this up in here and stuff like that, we will get with our Scotch-Brite.
Cool. All right, let's do it. Tim, you want to hold the camera, and you can, Mike, you show me what to do and record whatever he's doing, and then you can record me doing what I'm doing. And if you can not get in his way or my way occasionally, go ahead and like get in there and get a close up of what's going on here.
Just gonna start out here and just sand. I want to try not to burn through. Just stay on within the clear coat itself. We start burning through things like that, and then we'll have to go in and hit it with adhesive promoter and things like that. As long as we try to keep this natural finish on here and just dull it down, that's all we got to do.
So don't hit it hard.
Right.
Okay.
Kind of watch your edges, things like that.
All right, so Tim is going to take a little practice around here. So
yeah, I've never done this before.
Yeah, well, neither have I. Mike is supervising, so if we get too crazy, he'll cut the cord. All right, go ahead, Tim. Let's see what you can do. Remember, don't burn through it, Tim. No pressure. All right, so Tim got involved over here. There's the doggy. Look, every time I turn on the camera, dog comes running. Y'all got the dog trained to be on camera.
Rolling in the dirt.
So we took some Scotch-Brite here, and we just basically went over the whole bumper and made sure that it's not shiny anymore, except for this part. We don't care about this part because it's going to be taped off, and we're going to cover it up. Does Mike approve? All right. Next step. All right, so it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't want to bore you with all the, I mean, basically, this wasn't that bad. It's just a bunch of wiping things down repeatedly, using a tack rag, making sure the shiny is gone. I know there's a few places that look shiny, but it's nice and scuffed up. This, I want to point out, Mike wants to make it very clear as well, because he really cares about his paint work. This is not the optimum conditions to be working in here. All right, we got an open garage. There's going to be bugs in here. There's dust. This is to show you what you can do with this paint system right here. This is the Eastwood 5-stage electric turbine HVLP paint system. This thing is supposed to save at least 30% materials. Mike has never used it before. He uses his big 60-gallon compressor. He's got professional tools that he uses for this. So this is a learning experience for us both. We did not call anybody. Sam Crack was cool enough to help us figure out how to put it together. So big shout out to Sam Crack, man. I know y'all know who Sam Crack is. Without him, we couldn't figure out where this dang hose right here went to. And Sam was like, you better be careful, because if you try to open that top, it's going to spew everywhere. So it's a learning experience. I've never painted before. Mike has never used this before. So Mike is going to start because he knows what the hell he's doing. I'm going to kind of watch him to see what he's doing, and then I'll try my hand at it. And since I'm going to be doing it, we know it's not going to be right. So which I have to try. I have to try. Maybe we can get Tim to get, you want to try it?
Maybe.
It's just a bumper. Maybe. I mean, it's just a bumper. As long as it's black, that's good enough. You know, this isn't a showroom car here. Here we go. It looks like it's painting to me. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's like watching, oh look, here go the bugs. Here they go. Oh man, look, 1, 2, 3. He warned me. He said as soon as we start spraying this, all these bugs are going to jump all over this. The good thing though is we could get most of those bugs out. Well, I don't know anything about painting, but it looked good to me too, because from what I could tell here, this bumper used to be, this is how I'm going to judge it, ladies and gentlemen. This bumper used to be blue, and now the bumper is black. And it was done using the HVLP turbine system. So there you go. All right, so it's my turn to paint, and I can't lie, I'm definitely nervous because we got like an expert painter over here. We got a guy over here who barely knows anything about cars, and you got me who knows absolutely nothing about paint. So I'm about to try this for myself, and then assuming I don't totally botch it, Tim's going to give it a shot too.
Yep.
Do I turn it off or just leave it on?
You can leave it on, either one, whatever you're comfortable with.
And then come up here and go.
Right. Get a little closer to the hair.
Right here?
Right in there. A little closer.
Okay,
before you go around over there,
finish this.
stay up here, yeah.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to get it. There you go. There you go. That's fine. Yeah.
Is that too slow or?
I think you're fine. Now jump around on the outside. Go ahead and finish up here. Remember, you left this. So
right here.
Get in there.
So overlap it like about here.
Hold your gun straight. Like this. Just like that.
Okay.
You don't have to go all the way across like that. You can kind of focus on an area and then work your way down and do that.
Okay.
As long as you get covered.
Is
This is not a metallic color. Not a metallic color. So
I don't want to create any runs.
Right. You're getting a little heavy.
So
there.
yeah.
Just keep moving. Kind of get in there.
So get in here.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah. There you go. All right.
And then down here, or
how about in here?
Okay. You said like this?
Yep. Keep going, go on. Keep following on around. Just kind of focus right here. There you go. Now come around here and go down like that. Slow down, slow down. All right, hang on just a minute. Hang on just a minute. Yeah, I just want to show you something. Use your wrist a little more, okay? See? Gotcha. Get it nice and even. See like that? Just take your time. You'll be all right. Even if you get a run, we'll stand it out. Yeah. Don't be scared. Watch your hose. There you go. Hold your gun just a little bit closer. You're doing all right. That's good. Yeah. There you go. Continue on the way.
All right, we got Mike over here making sure that he fixes where we went too heavy and where we didn't get heavy enough. He's gonna turn around and make this thing look brand new again. So what you guys missed, and it's not gonna be funny, but I have to tell you anyways, is Mike over here grabbed the wrong hose. Instead of grabbing that hose, he grabs his old air hose, goes to plug it into it, and he's like, wait, what?
Old habits die hard, right?
It's clear time.
Yes, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, clear time. This is where we stay out of it. There we go. We got that bug to fly away there. Make sure to wear your respirator, everybody. Always wear your respirator. You see Mike's got his respirator on.
Respirators and safety glasses.
Here he goes. And this has all been done with the same gun, by the way. It's the same gun that we painted with. This is the gun that came with it. Oh, wow. Yeah, might as well just throw some clear coat on the car now, I think. I think that would seal the deal. All right, guys, so it's done. The Dart officially, look at that. Look at that. What he did is he polished out the rear quarters too, so that it all kind of blends together. I mean, and here's the thing, guys, that paint, I'm not going to tell him, what color is that paint?
Oh, that's just Ford black, UA.
Ford?
Yeah, Ford.
Ford. Is that the Harley Davidson paint?
Mm-hmm.
Harley Davidson paint. Yeah, the Dodge is pimping some Harley Davidson. Look how good it came out. I mean, you can't tell the difference, except for the trunk. The trunk is a little bit, it's dirty is what it is. The bumper is clean, that's fresh. The fenders were polished. We had the trunk up this whole time while we were getting the bumper put together, so the trunk isn't completely blended in yet, and we got a little dirt here, but whatever. Give this car a good bath, and look at her. We can finally say the Dodge Dart is done. Could not have been done without several people. Tim helped quite a bit. Mike helped quite a bit. You know who Mike is, right? We're on YouTube. I know all y'all already follow him. And of course, I got to give a huge shout out to Eastwood and Apollo. This is an Eastwood product, but I believe that it's, it says powered by Apollo sprayer. So I'm assuming a lot of the components probably come from Apollo. And the great thing about this is we didn't know how to use this. Mike is the pro here. He didn't know nothing about it. So Mike, go ahead and tell him about the experience, start to finish. Did you have to do anything differently?
Start to finish, I think it did great. I mean, no issues whatsoever with any kind of, the thing with my air compressor is old. It's gigantic. It works awesome, but it's old. After a while, they get condensation. They get a little blow by. Oil likes to spit out of it. You need all kinds of filters and things like that. With this, you don't need any of that stuff. So I liked it. The gun that it came with sprayed good. The clear laid down like glass. I'm impressed. I think we're going to get a lot of use out of this thing.
Well, this little thing, what's crazy to me is like how small it is.
Right.
And that's what I hear so many people say when they're reviewing products like this. They're like, it's literally like a toaster.
I wasn't expecting much. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't. And awesome, dude. I'm impressed. I'll just leave it at that.
Hold on. But before he was impressed, he wasn't so excited because there was this one little thing. There's this hose. There's a hose right here on the side. We did this like flying by the seat of your pants.
Yeah, like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, like I'm sitting here texting Sam Crack at midnight, and I don't know what time it is in Florida. I think in Florida it's probably 1 o'clock. I didn't even think about that. I hope I didn't bother him. Yeah, I think it would have been later. So I hope, Sam, I hope I didn't wake you up, bother you, man. I really didn't even realize what time it was. We're out here like 12 o'clock at night here, and I'm messaging Sam Crack going, can you help me figure out how to work this? Because we had this sprayer and this little vacuum hose right here. This vacuum hose had a screw in it down here, and there was nothing to plug it into, and we're like, I guess we don't hook it up to anything. And Mike was over here spraying. He's like, dude, this thing doesn't do anything. Like it wasn't doing nothing. And then Sam said, you got to put that fitting in there. And then Sam gave us a big warning about the lid. He said, don't just pop off the lid when you're using the thing, because it's vacuum. And if you do that, it will just spray stuff everywhere and make a huge mess. So yeah, this one gun did 4 coats because Tim and I, didn't do such an even job. So Mike went over with the final coat and cleaned it up. And so four coats, that's base coat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 coats of base coat with this, and then he quickly cleaned it out and then laid down the clear coat right on top of it.
Right.
I mean, so this one gun did it all just like that. And that's what you get, man. Look at it. We'll go over it one more time because I hate to see it go. I've been saying that like ever since we put the bumper on it and it's like put together. I'm like, man, this is such a good car. I got such a good deal on this. I don't think I've got more than 3,000, maybe 3,500 into it tops. And for a car with a 50,000 mile powertrain, drivetrain, and look at them chrome tips. Those chrome tips down there really just tie this whole thing together. It's beautiful, beautiful. So there you go, Eastwood. I hope you enjoyed the review because this is as honest as it's going to get, man. You don't get any more honest or real than that. Thank you to Mike because without you, dude, I don't know. I know what I would have done. I'd have gone junkyard. I'd have found a black one and just said we're done. But you know what? That bumper used was $300 and something from a junkyard. Yeah, because it's got the dual chrome tips on it, and they're proud of it. And you're going to get a bumper. It's going to probably have a lot of scratches and scuffs. And this. How much do you think it used in materials? That's something I didn't think of.
We only used like not even a full pot as far as the color. I mean, it was like half. And you can see how small it is.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
What'd you do with it?
Oh, it's in my hand.
I mean, like this much of the color, and then maybe that much of the clear.
So that much color, about half of this little can here, did 4 coats on that bumper.
Yeah, there's like no overspray, so that was a good plus. That's one of the benefits of this thing is that way less overspray.
Well,
sweet.
It's yours, man.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate everything Mike does for us, and Tim, thank you for all the help too. Because this car was serious. It was a hell of a collaboration between several people coming out and like busting their humps on it for many hours to get it put together. And before I get out of here, I showed you in the car. I think I showed. I don't remember. I got so many videos recorded right now. I don't know which one goes to which, but look at this. This is the Harley Davidson front end that once it gets. Shoot, I forgot what that adhesion promoter, and then some paint that is going to go on the Harley truck, and that I think is really going to complete the front end of that thing. Aside from getting that lower valance is cracked and it's not quite together right, and you can't find them anymore, so we'll figure that out. But this is important to make the front end really look like a Harley truck. So I guess we're going to get out of here, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the content. Again, thank you to Eastwood and everybody that pitched in to help make this car possible. Now it's time to put it up for sale and see what it goes for. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the sale price, how much was in it and everything, and if a profit was made, which there has to be a profit on this one. There's just no way around that. It's too good of a car to lose any money on, or I'll just say we hold on to it and use it as a lot car or something. Derby car. You're crashing into things. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one.